You can taste these photos. You can taste the spoon more than the ice cream, and dang straight. Reminds me of Schwann's Man, dude. Time to go back down memory lane. Let's do it. Let's go back down the old memory lane. Let's see some of the stuff that you would know what it is if you grew up in the 2000s and 90s. Probably, the 80s and beyond. Without further ado, let's just hit the goodies. Let's go down and let's go. If you like what you see, please subscribe, hit like, and let's go down memory lane again. 9-year-old me writing in my diary about Troy Bolton, my Sims family, and death. Troy Bolton. What is that, 17 again? That was your crush, Zac Efron? The Sims you should never write about because, again, /Rosebud. What is it, semicolon, exclamation mark. You're rich, it's over. 2000s Mom Starter Pack. I do remember definitely that hair. That purse looks pretty familiar. I had a Jeep like that. I'm the straight six, inline six motor of that Jeep, that model, easily $300K. One of few vehicles you could drop a nuke on and run away. Fingernails, we still got those. My entire vocabulary in 2004 was just quotes from these movies. Anchorman. We got Mean Girls, we got White Chicks, and Napoleon. Not Mean Girls for me, whatever. Whatever. White Chicks, Anchorman, Napoleon Dynamite, gold. Bet y'all don't remember these from Mickey D's. Bro, I can still smell them. Pretty sure I went through over at Grandma's, went through the old toy cabinet, the toy bin, and I'm pretty sure it was the middle one that was still in there. I don't know why, but yeah, Evanescence, in my Immortal, Black Eyed Peas, my Humps, they always had that underscore, and that's when you knew somebody freaking jailbroke it off of LimeWire, Kazaa, or Kazam, whatever the other places were, Napster. That's when you knew, though, somebody got it from the old dark web, the dark web that we had back in the day. Is it possible to fall in love with a computer? Oh, yes. Introducing iBook. Think different. These were sick. Whether it was the laptop version, if you had the actual desktop one. I think a lot of them are now fish tanks, if I'm not mistaken. Little nifty designs like this now. Now we get the gray McDonald's. We get the all gray MacBooks, stuff like that. It's all this neutral color. Bring back the color and laugh. I don't want to know your sign. I want to know the email address you came up with as a kid. Dude, I don't even know what my original email was for the MSN Messenger, but I do remember sitting down, and that was the thing. You didn't ask for a phone number. You didn't ask for whatever. It was, can I get your Addy? I did more impactful work here than at my current job now. And somehow back in the day, these things would travel for you. You would move, heaviest dang thing out there. Somehow they didn't break. Now the particle board, you might as well throw it away when you move, because when you move and get to your new place, the thing is all wobbly. How they dress girls today. How they dress me. Look how genuine that is on the right. Again, we're in neutral colors. Like, look on the right. Look how that is a kid right there on the right. The one on the left is a young adult. Kids before. Oh, yeah. Dude, the Gigapet. The Gigapet. Kids now. Except it's just a cell phone, because the PSP is gone, dude. That thing, I don't even know if it's still making games for it. And your cell phone is all of those in one. Even your money you can keep on your phone. Gaming on your phone. What I mean, what they mean. Candy Crush ain't bad, but we are stuck with one option. You get sick of Candy Crush, you rip the App Store. There's thousands of games, tens of thousands probably. Back then, dude, you got sick of Snake, guess what? You don't play it for a little bit, and then you go back in a couple months brand new. You didn't get options. Pregnancy in the 90s. My life is over. Pregnancy today. LOL, MTV, here I come. Isn't that kind of a kick? We feed the degenerates almost. And it's a whatever. You have a kid in your teens, it happens. But to glorify it is the other thing. If she had this phone, she definitely cheated on a boyfriend or two. Probably did, because that phone could only hold like 30, 40, 50 messages if you had the original Razor. You ain't storing. Like, I don't think I've ever deleted messages on the old iPhone or smartphone, so to say. Great times. Great times. T9 texting, too. Remember that? It's 1999. You show up to class with frosted tips, a new Limp Bizkit CD, a corn tee, and a brand new spanking Jankos. The Limp Bizkit CD, dude, I was a big Limp Bizkit dude. I loved Limp Bizkit. Korn, loved Korn. And I did have Janko jeans. I just didn't have the CD player to put and fill those big pockets up. Just found out that Stu and Dee Dee Pickles from Rugrats were 33 and 32, and now I'm upset. Oof. That was odd back then. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like having kids in the 90s, you were young 20s, mid 20s. Having your 30s was old. Now, having kids like in your early 30s is the new norm. Oh, yeah, dude. I am this old. I still remember when our school got one. They got one to test it out. It was the blue one. Still remember it. It was the corner. It was the creme de la creme. Everyone fought to have that. And you shared the nasty headphones that went in the ears like gross, dude. Earwax lobbed up all over them. It was disgusting. Kids today will never know the pain of destroying your thumb and still having no clue if the battery had power. Wild thing that they actually had that. I don't even know if they still have it. I guess we got rechargeables now, which is pretty nasty. Probably had them back then, but they were just expensive. And all we tried to do is play a little solitaire. Look at that. This is like, yeah, Windows 98. I was going to say, this is pre-Windows XP, Windows 2000. Classic, dude. Only 4 options: Free Cell, Hearts, Minesweeper, and Solitaire. The stay home from school sick starter kit always did the trick. Vapo Rub, Noodle Soup, Ginger Ale, Saltines, and The Price is Right. The Price is Wrong. I was a TV Land guy. Gilligan's Island, always watched Gilligan's Island. For some reason, it was always on. The Feels, just checking in. You and I used to have some wild Friday nights back in the day. Domino's, I don't know how big you guys were back then. It was Pizza Hut was the main freaking thing, dude. Pizza Hut was real. I feel like a lot bigger, at least in my neck of the woods, but poor Blockbuster, man. People my age know what this is immediately. It is a handful of every hot sauce you could ever want with a funny saying on it, a.k.a. Taco Bell. Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure this is from the Brainerd Taco Bell, man. Looks exactly like it. But then again, I think they made them all the same. Lindsay Lohan in the 90s. Lindsay Lohan today. Well, maybe a few years ago, Lindsay Lohan, but she's kind of straightened up a little bit. She ain't bad anymore. In the 90s, though, she was the cat's pajamas, man. She was, a big deal. Her, the Mary-Kate and Ashley twins. Big deals. Born in 2000. Born in 99. He's just a kid, no older than my son. Just a poor little boy. Only a Cybershock could really capture the gross, sweaty dance floor club pictures you would post on an entire album of on MySpace. I still can log into MySpace, by the way, but they won't give me my videos that I really want, and I really want to post online because they were hilarious. Don't complain about your research project. This was my Google. This was, I think, about till 2nd, 3rd grade. There was a day where you'd go to the library and learn how to use this. They kind of upgraded the computer where you could look it up on the computer, but they still taught you how to read the index cards of where to find it. I'll never understand why Ariel just didn't grab a pen and pad and tell Eric that Ursula stole her voice. On flipping point. How it scrolls down. How it feels when I have to scroll down to the year I was born. Every year it gets one longer, man. And by the way, who's making a profile? If I was born today, do you think I'm really going to go make a profile? You can knock out about the first 7, 8, 10, 15 years in there. 90s kids looking exhausted AF after dragging around 600 pounds of denim all day. What I will say about these, it wasn't really even about carrying them around. It was about having a belt that could keep them up. That was the toughest thing. The wind never stood a damn chance. Dude, jeez, man. Oh, man. You try and get a family together to take this photo? Oh, my, dude. You're going to end up on the front page of many newspapers like, look at the flashback in Times. I grew up with the no internet starter pack. Yeah, we got Solitaire. But do you do the 3 card or the 1 card in Solitaire? I want to win, so sometimes I just do 1. Pinball all day. Minesweeper, gold. In the paint is all right. Asked my GF to buy me a 2-pack of socks, and she came back with these. That is so sick, dude. Where did she go, man? Like, you got to live in a big city if you're ripping these. These are pretty nasty socks. I'm not like, that is like unbelievable. You knew the album was great if they hit this lean on the cover. Lionel Richie, MJ, Teddy Pendergrass. I've never heard of a Luther Vandross. Heard of Pendergrass. I've heard of Lionel Richie, but who hasn't heard of Michael Jackson? Remember when introduced to new CD previews in stores where you could listen to or sample the album before purchasing? That is great. Dude, that is wild. Actually thinking about that is insane, dude. Kids' haircuts today. Haircuts when I was a kid. You look back, dude. Are the kids going to look back when they're our age and go, wow, I can't believe you dressed me like a young adult? That could be it. Dude, we don't even look like we deserve to be on the back of a milk carton with some of the haircuts we had. When you hear 90s rock on the classic rock station, I put this in a few videos ago. I was like, oh, dude, you got some Van Halen, some classic rock. It was something along that lines. Guns N' Roses, and I saw the comment, dude, that's classic rock. Unfortunately, man, how we blocked people in the 1980s. Damn it, Barb, the neighbor keeps calling. Take the phone off the hook. Great times. I'm ready to go back to this. I'm ready to get rid of the old smartphone, go back and just live off of a computer and get the dial-up. Because, I don't know, it's a lot simpler. Therapist, just relax and tell me where it all began. Me. For me, if I'm going to pick a game, dude, Pokemon Stadium, the little bonus games, and then you get one buddy who can master it. Fun times. 80s and 90s fashion. His poor grandma smoked a ton to get little Kenny that jacket. Look at those jeans, dude. Oh, I'm envious of... Dude, that jacket is probably a small fortune today. Someone right now would probably pay a few $100 for that dang thing. Before social media, this is how we knew where everyone was at. Kind of was. And then parents pick you up and you wonder where you left the bike. You're the kid that didn't get invited over. You knock on the door, no one's here. Kind of feels a little bad, but great times, man. Great times. A lot of likes in that photo. That's how you know. Everything in this picture is now in your pocket. Camcorder, radio, recorder. Dude, a little typewriter, calculator. My goodness, dude. But great invention, you gotta say. You gotta admit, dude, the iPhone, the Android phones, whatever those are, probably the most wild invention that we have. You an OG for real if you catch this reference. How many licks would it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. Well, this is why I am actually surprised there hasn't been a YouTube video out there of somebody counting the licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. That's a Mr. Beast video all day. I'm surprised he hasn't done it because it should be done. We don't know yet. This could be solved very quickly. I will never understand this. And I'll never understand how that does last for, dude, a lifetime. You pick up one of these from the 80s, dude, there is still fake milk in the thing. I don't know how, but there is. If you're a kid from the 90s, you know exactly what these smell like, what the texture is like inside, and you may even know what they taste like. This was at a roller rink. Any neon lights, you could go get these. They were everywhere. Had the matte finish on the outside. And yes, if you did break them open, they peeled apart pretty nicely. Kids who played like this were the last coolest generation. My kids were doing this the other day. So you can't say this is over, man. The imagination is still there in kids to build one BA fort made out of blankets and cushions. Admit it, we've all done this while eating the old mac and cheese. We have. I have. The only thing I don't like about that is you get 4 slices and they're cold by the time you put it in your mouth. That's the downfall with this. What kids looked for in restaurants in 2000. What kids look for in restaurants today. Wildly, dude, it is weird sometimes. Like, dude, 10, 11, 12, you guys are all ripping phones, man? Shoot, back then it was begging the parents for a quarter to go It wasn't the gumball machine. There was like a pinball machine that you could get a bouncy ball out of. That is what we live for. How they raised me. How I turned out. One of them's married to an old guy. I don't know. I feel like they kind of got their life turned around, but I don't know. I don't keep up with them anymore, but they were everywhere in the 90s. Always hit shows. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen in there. Dude, it was a banger. You're going to throw it on. Me watching my cool cousin edit my MySpace. Now we're going to add this in here. We're going to add a game. I had probably the coolest game. It was a keep up soccer that puts your name in the top, whoever held my high score. Very awesome. But yeah, there was always one person that came in and shared this info, and they kind of were the cool cousin back then. But all right. That does it for this video of going back in time. Maybe not full 90s, maybe not full 80s, maybe not full 2000s, but a hodgepodge of all that the young Jennies won't understand these days of what we grew up with. The good. Not even the bad, just the good. What do you guys remember most? What's some of your favorite times? Did we hit it in this video? And if not, let us know some of your favorite things of back in the day. But for now, that does it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And as always, you want to keep coming back for more. You never know what's going to be next. Here on the DEEV channel. 90s nerd, 2011 hipster. Shame. Old Urkel. You just had to be there. LimeWire, your old folder. Well, the download folder. Always new too. 5 stars, good to go. Sharpie, get that summer mix going. 99. You always knew in LimeWire the good, the bad, and the ugly simply by reviews and the number of, we'll call them likes. You may be old, but are you this old? Did you ever put your name as an insult to one of your brothers and sisters? You got to put your password on there so no one can touch your profile.